Hiya folks, it's Maureen from Color Me Positive PLR. We had a great Zoom meeting this morning about how to create cards for your Etsy store or your web shop and gift tags. Unfortunately, the recording, the sound was horrible, so I decided to do a video on how to create your cards and gift tags so that everybody could understand it, okay? So you want to go into PowerPoint, go to File, New, and get up a new file. Then you want to go to Home, okay, and you want to go to, well, not Home, go to Design, Slide Size, Custom Slide Size, and you're going to want to make this, it's landscape. Your width is going to be 11, and your height is going to be 8.5, okay? There we go. And we're going to make 5x7 cards first, right? So what you want to do is you want to go to Insert, Shape, and use the rectangle, and then just draw in that. Doesn't matter what size or shape. So what you want to do is make it 7 inches high, because it's going to be 5x7, right? And the width is going to be 10, because when you fold 10 inches, it'll turn into 5. Then just click on your shape, go to Shape Format, Align, Center, and Align Middle. All right? Shape Outline, I would put no outline, and I'll just leave the color for now. Now you want to set up your guides so that you stay within these parameters, right? So click on Control, like just hover your mouse over this, and click on Control and then drag that out, and it'll create a new guide for you. Okay, and do it again. Click on Control, drag it up to the other side, then click on Control again and drag this up, and Control again and drag it down. And there we go. So even if you get rid of the blue rectangle, now you have the outline of your card, so it's got to fit within here. And this is the center line, so this is where the front of your card will be, and that's the back of your card. Okay, so I'm going to put that rectangle back in. So say I want a pretty picture on the front, so I'm going to grab one from the new Dress Your Santa images, and let's go to, I think the backgrounds are in one-time offer 3, the color ones. Okay, so I'm just going to choose the background. Excuse me. I'll just pick the first one. Right? Now this is much bigger than the front of the card, so I'm just going to bring it down, and I want it to be, let's see, I can come up here. I want the height to be exactly 7 inches, so I'm just going to click on that, come over to height, hit 7, and that will resize it, right? So it fits perfectly top to bottom, but it's all the way outside here, so we don't want that, right? So instead of just squishing it in like this, because it distorts the image, right? It doesn't look quite right. Let's back that. Okay. What you want to do, click on the image, come up to crop. It'll bring up these black lines here, and just pull this one in over to where your guide is. And then click crop again. And there you go. So you have the image fit perfectly right there, and there's no distortion, right? So you can have your background whatever color you want. You want it white, you can do that too. I think I'm going to click on the blue background here, go to Shape Fill, go to Eyedropper, and I think I want it this color, so we'll add that in. And that's it. So you can add images like, you know, the Santa Claus. Let me put in Santa Claus. And that would be in the one-time offer 2. You get the color characters. Okay. Let's put a terracotta character. Oh, she's cute, I like her. And then you just size her down to where you want her. And then add in text. If that's something you want to do, go to Insert Text Box and just add in your text. Happy holidays. And again, I mean, you do what you like in terms of how you want to, you know, create these. I'm going to make the text bigger and maybe change the text itself. Put that. Just make it a little bit bigger. And then change the text color. So come over to Shape Format. Come over here to Text Fill. Use the eyedropper. And let's see how this looks. Can't really see it, right? Let's try that again. Maybe with the green. It's better. But probably white would be good. There you go. That's even better. And now you have a card, right? So what you want to do, because you want them to know where the middle is, right? The center is, so they can fold it there. You're going to come over to Insert, Shape, and you're going to pick up the line. Now, hold your Shift key down so the line will remain straight. And what we want to do is go to the Shape Outline, make it black, and then come back to Shape Outline and make the weight bigger so that it's easy to see. And then I'm going to go to Align. Well, I'm clicked on the line there. Align Center, just to make sure. Okay, now I want one down here too, so I'm going to do Control-C to copy, Control-V to paste, and then I'm just going to drag that down here and align center, so it's perfectly centered. So now when they print this out, they'll know to fold it here, and you don't really need anything around the card because you have color in it, okay? So they'll be able to cut around that no problem. Now, say this is white. You want the back just white, so go to Shape Fill, white. So for this, it'd be difficult. I mean, they could fold it in half and then cut along, right, both sides, but say they want to cut it out like this before they fold it, so they wouldn't be able to see the lines because the guides don't show up when you print. So just click on that and you can add some lines. So go to Shape Outline. I'm going to keep it black, okay, and then I'm going to go to dashes and I'm going to pull that up. Okay, let's see, I might make it a little bit more weight so it can be seen better. Okay, there you go. So now they'll have an outline that they'll be able to cut out. So remember that if you're going to have white background or white front with just images, make sure you put an outline around it, okay, so that they can see it. Okay, so that's for a 5x7 card, right? They print it out. Now you could make a ton of cards. I would just duplicate the slides and then create however many you want with different images on the front. You just switch out the text or the background, color, do whatever you like with it. And you would save this as a PDF file, okay, that they could download, and then they would just print it out on their own printers or take it to a print shop or print on demand or whatever they want to do with it. All right? I mean, this would be easy to sell on Etsy. You know, you could have a PDF file with 10 cards and charge $5 for it or whatever you want to charge for it. So that's the 5x7. I'm going to close that. I'm not going to save it. Here's, well, let me do the 7x5 first, okay? So that was a 5x7 card, and then if you want it kind of horizontally, let's do a new page, right? So we want this page to be, go to design, slide size, custom slide size, and you want it portrait 8.5 by 11, okay? Okay. So what you want to do here is insert, same thing as you did before, rectangle, and it doesn't matter how big, you want the height to be 10, because when you fold it in half, it'll be 5, and you want the width to be 7. Okay, 7 inches. And I'm going to come up to align, go to align center, align middle, so it's right in the page. And then here again, let's do our guides. So go to Control, hold down Control, pull it over to the side, and then hold down Control again, pull it over to this side. This helps your images to snap in line as well when you have guides in there. Come down to the middle one, hold down Control, bring it up to the top. Oops, I need to. If you just want to get rid of a guide, you just pull it off the screen, okay? Control, pull it up to where you want it. And then Control, pull it down. And then you have your guides to work with, okay? I'm going to make sure there's no outline on this one. I'm just going to leave that in there. So this is the space you have to work with. This is the front of your card, and this is the back of your card. So you can do whatever you like with this. Let's just pull in a few images, some Santas. Okay, I think I want some Caribbean Santas, yes. Okay, let's get him. And I'll show you one I made. Where's my snowman that's sitting in a chair drinking? He's my favorite. There he is. Let's pull those in. Here we go. So I'm going to pull him down here, make him smaller. Pull him. Make him a little bit bigger than the snowman. There we go. Just move. You can use your arrow keys to be more precise, so you can pull them over. And you could put a background in here if you like, or just change the color. You know, depending on what kind of card you want to make, more involved or less involved. It's totally up to you. Kind of like that. And then insert, you know, whatever you like here. Cheers. Whoops. Cheers to a great holiday. It's not what I would put, but I'm not going to get fussy. Okay, let's try a different font. And let's make that bigger. Pull it over. Okay, let's make it smaller. And shape format, text, I think I'll make it white. There we go. So that's a cue card, and if you want them to know where to fold it, you're going to come up here, same as for the 5x7, go to Insert, Shapes, and insert a line. Hold down your Shift key so the line's straight, and that's it. Okay, we're going to come up, Shape Outline Black, and we're going to make the weight bigger so they can actually see it. Then we're going to align to middle. Okay, and then just grab this, Control C, Control V, and move it to the other side. And then come up to Align, Middle. So now when they print that out, they're going to have these lines there. They'll know to fold this in half from there. Okay? And again, just like the other set of cards, 5x7, you can just duplicate this and then change it up. And once you're done, save it as a PDF file that people can download and print out. Okay? Same thing applies here. If you want a white background, right, you can do that. Make it white, but make sure that you put in an outline for them to follow, for them to cut from. Okay? So you go to Shape Outline, dashes, and we'll put those and then make them a bit bigger. Wait, let's see. There we go. All right, so they'll know where to cut. So you could have white, which a lot of people do for cards, and it's easier on the printer, right? If there's not so much color. And again, you can make these cards like with the actual black and white outline images so that people can actually color it. And that would be a lot of fun, especially for kids. So the background would be white, and you would have the black and white outline guys over here, and they could make a bunch of cards for their school classes and stuff, which would be awesome, right? Okay, so now I'll show you how to do a smaller card, which someone on the call asked to be shown how to do. So let's go to File, New, bring that up, and just get rid of that. Then we're going to want to come over to Design, go to Slide Size, Custom Slide Size, and we're going to make this 11-inch width, and 8.5 height. Okay. There we go. And these are really cool. We were talking about this on the call, that, you know, kids could give out at school. You know, like at school, sometimes you have 25, 30 kids in class, and it can get expensive. But these would be great cards to give out for the kids, you know. So what you want to do, you want to insert a rectangle. Okay, make it any size. And then you want to come up to Shape Format, and we're going to make the height 5.5 inches and the width 4.25 inches. Okay, and this way you can get, I'm going to line it to the middle, 2 cards on one sheet. So do Control C to copy and Control V to paste. Okay, and then we're going to spread them out like that. All right, so you can do your stuff in here. Okay, so let's put in a line there so they know where to fold. Okay, so insert, shape, and use this line, and hold down your shift key to make it straight. And let's make it black outline make it more weighted so they can see it. Okay, and let's align it to the middle, make sure it's in the right place. Then we're going to go Control C to copy, Control V to paste. Right? Okay, let's make that bigger. And then, well, we can just do Control V and then bring this to the other side. Okay, so now they know this is where they're going to be folding it. And they can cut the paper in half, but they'll be able to see by the outline, whoops, where they need to cut, right? So even if you have this as a white background, make sure that you put in the outline with dashes, right? So they know where to cut. So they'll cut around that, right? And then if you have color, you don't really need the dashes because they have the color. They know to cut around that. So let's just put in a different color and no outline for that one, right? Because they'll know to cut around here rather than, not doing it. And then you just add your images. This is the front of your card down here, right? And that's the back. So you can add the images any which way. You add text, you create your card. Okay? Okay, and lastly, we did some gift tags. So let's go start a new file, new presentation. Get rid of that. And let's go to Design, Slide Size, Custom Slide Size, and we're going to make this portrait 8.5 by 11. Okay? There we go. Now we want to insert, we want to create some tags, and it's really easy in PowerPoint, especially the kind of tags that I like to use for presents. You're going to come over to Shapes, Insert Shapes, and right down here they have one that has a rectangle, but the top corners are snipped, right? So it's perfect for Christmas tags, right? So you just put that in. And then the height you want to make them is 3, and the width is 2. So you're just going to come up here and do that. Okay? Let's move this over here. And I'm going to want 9 of these on the sheet. So they have 9 tags. So what you want to do, first I'm going to get rid of the... Actually, I'm going to put the shape outline to this color. And the blue I'll leave for now because I'm going to be filling those in anyway. So let's do a Control-C to copy it and Control-V to paste twice. Okay. And there we go. Perfect. And then I'm going to want 9. So just highlight all 3, do Control-C and Control-V, then just drag them down. And do a Control-V again to paste, and drag them down. Well, I always come too far on these. Okay. Then just move them into place. Okay, we can move these up a little bit. Move these up more to the middle. There we go. Okay, perfect. Okay, so now you have 9 tags, and then you just play with them. So you want a picture in here, click on that, go to Shape Fill, Picture, from a file, and then I'm going to want to put a background in. Okay, and I think those are in 1 time offer 3. And let's come down to backgrounds. Okay. Let's use that one again. My favorite. There we go. So now you have a picture in there. And if you want to add some text, just go to Insert, Text Box, click in there, and then type in your text. I'm just going to put a special gift just for you. Okay, I'm going to center it, the text actually, and I want it that way, so let's put that here. And I think I'm going to want to add a color to the back of this. So click on that, go to Shape Format, Shape Fill, and let's use this. We can do that, or maybe let's use the eyedropper. Okay, I like that color, and then I think I'll use white for the text. So I'm just going to highlight it, kind of Shape Format, Text Fill, white. There we go. And you can add a little character here if you want, right? So you would just go through and do that for each one. And you can add a circle, so that, like a punch hole. What most people will do is use a punch thing anyway to punch out the hole, but you can add a circle up there. So you go to Insert, Shapes, go to the oval, and hold down your Shift key to get a perfect circle. Okay? And you want to make it small because it shows up a lot bigger. I'll show you in a minute. Okay, so Shape Fill, you would do white. Okay, and I would do the outline, I would do a black outline on it. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Then you would design all your tags. Now you could actually create this tag and make a sheet of 9 tags just with this design. Create another sheet of 9 tags with a different design, right? So they would have a choice, because when you're doing Christmas presents, right, if you have a lot of them, then you're going to need a lot of tags. You don't want to have to go through and pick and choose different designs. But if you have, like, say 40 tags, you know, and you have 5 different designs, would be a good thing too, because they just print these out as many times as they want, right? So that would be a great idea. Now, we were talking on the call about having on the background, right, on the back of these, place where you could put from or to if you like, but you want to have it lined up exactly to the front, because if you're going to you know, do a duplex printing of it, it'll, and I just found this out, so I gotta go look for a printer that does that now. It'll pull it back in and then print it on the back as well, right? So what you would do for that is just click on this, duplicate, okay, the slide. And then, so you're exactly lined up, they're exactly the same, and then you would just put here what you want on the back of the actual tag, right? So I'm going to get rid of this, and for the picture, I'm going to go to Shape Format, and I'm just going to change the back to white. Alright, so now you have this. This will be the back of it. You could add a color if you like, but I'm going to leave it for now for that. So just click on that. Okay, let's put in a little color. So I'll do the same as, yeah. So that's the same as this color back here. So that might be cool. So we have that. And then I'm going to add in a table. I want lines in there so they can write. So let's see. Okay. Then I'm going to make it small. I want it to fit within there. Perfect. Okay. And then I'm going to be on Table Design. I'm going to come up here and click on this table, right? And then I'm going to come up to Borders, No Borders, and then put in Inside Borders. So now you have lines on the back of your tag, of this tag, right? And then you would just go through and do the same thing. And like I said, if you're going to have the same images on the front all the way through and you want the same images on the back, it's simple to do. Just highlight this to a Control-C and a Control-V, and then you just, you just do that. So easy peasy and really cool. These are great ideas to add to your Etsy shop, to your website, even in your books. Like we were talking about this as well. Why not include a page like this in your Christmas coloring or activity book? Right? And then put a little blurb there. Print these out, cut this out of the book, right? And paste it to, to like a good cardstock, and then cut them out. And it would be an activity for kids to do, right? And you could have a couple of pages of that in terms of like they could make their own cards, that type of thing, right? I think it would be really cool if you had this in the back of the book and you design it for them, and then it's like they can pull this page out and then cut this out and glue it to a better cardstock kind of thing and fold it and make their own cards. So it's just something else, to do in terms of adding some value to your books themselves or just to your Etsy shop. And they're fun. And these are crafts that kids will do willingly. And they kind of like it. They can add their own spin to it. All right, so I hope this gives you some ideas on how to use the Dress Your Santa coloring book kit. And also, if you bought the front end, I've added some templates. So I've added like this template and the 5x7 and 7x5 card templates in PowerPoint. You can just go back to your Warrior Plus portal and download them. All right. Hope this helps. Have a great day.